Hello everyone, and in this video I'm going to show how to make a health bar in Unity. For that we're going to use the Unity UI system. So first of all I'm going to create a canvas, right click, go to UI, canvas. I'm going to create an image, and here we go. Now I'm going to create an empty game object which is going to be our health bar. I'm going to put the image under it, go to Rig Transform, go to the anchor present, press Alt and press the stretch option. This will make the image the same as the health bar rect transform. As you can see here, whenever I change the health bar, the image actually changes with it. I'm going to create another image to act as a border for our health. Do the same, but I'm going to make it slightly bigger. With I'm going to change the color to black. And just change the order in the health bar. So as we can see the health and the border together. Now we're going to go to our health bar object. I'm going to add a slide. It will make us easy just to identify our health since we want it to go low or even big. So we go to add component slider. And we don't want this slider to be interactable. Set this to false, and the transition I'm going to put to none, the navigation into none. This is going to be a static slider that we can control through script. This is what we need. Now all what you have to do is to go to our HP image and fill it into the fill rect. As you can see, we have here more options: max value, minimum value, whole number, and the actual value. When I put the max value as 1, we can see the value increase and decrease. Full health into non-health, which allow easy control for it. For example, I can make the HP as 100 and scroll that to the value, and the slider easily allow us to identify our health. You can identify how much you want a max health. I'm going to keep it to 1, and if you want to, we can make it only whole number. So now, since our health bar is technically ready, we need to control it through script. For that, we're gonna go to our player here. We're gonna control our health bar through the players. We're gonna open that. So now what we need a variable for our health, our max health, and a variable for the slide. For that, we're going to add a namespace, which is unityengines.ui, since we're going to use the UI elements in Unity. So what we simply did here, that we declared two integers to act as a max health and the current health of our player, since it can be changed in gameplay, and our slider as a health bar, and we need to set the max value and the value of our slider here, since it can vary from different players if you have different characters, or if you would like to use this health bar for an enemy and you want different values for different enemy. So we can identify that. So we can set that ourselves, and we set it to the slide. So what we simply did here, that we create a function to make damage for our player. So if our player got damage, we want to decrease the health and we want to set the slider. So that's what simply we did. When our player get damage, we decrease the health based on the amount, and we set the slider to our current health. And just for testing, I put this code here, which is whenever I press space, we make damage. So we need to test this out. Now let us set the variables that we want in our player. We can see max health. I'm going to set the health to 100 also. We have our health bar, which is the slider. And here we go. Let's save and test. As you can see, whenever I press space, I got damage and our health got decreased. Well, this is working perfectly. However, as you can see, the health bar is in the center of our screen, which is we don't want that. Now, first what we're going to do is we're going to go to canvas scale, and use the UI scale mode to scale with the screen size. So it will try to scale our canvas with the actual monitor, because different monitors have different size. So this canvas scale would try to scale our UI to be the best suitable for the current monitor we have. Of course, you can set the match with width and health the much as you want. I'm gonna just put it into 0.5. I'm gonna go to our health bar and I'm going to put it on the top left corner. And here we go. This looks much better. I'm going to change the color image into green as represent our health. Good, this is perfect. And this is basically simply what we want here. This is everything we need to make our health bar. Simple UI with very simple and basic code. Of course, if you want to know how we make the player and the pickups, you can watch the full playlist for our tutorials in the card. And if we want to make a pickup that simply increase our health, things like food or anything refreshing, we can simply add a function to increase the health. And yet it's as simple as that. I created a function called regenerate and increase our health, and we set the slider bar again. And again, for testing, I'm going to press the H key on my keyboard, would generate 20 health. Let's test this out. Since here we get damage when I press the space, and our health regenerate when I press H. Very easy and simple. Now if you want to make our health bar follow the player instead of being just on the screen, let me show you how to do that. First of all, we're going to go into our canvas. We're going to turn the render mode from screen space overlay to world space. This will let our canvas act as an object, a physical object in our scene. Now as you can see, that's already very big, so I'm going to scale it down to 0.1, which is basically what we need. I'm gonna put the health bar from the top left to the center, and I'm going to make our canvas a child for our player. I'm going to zero the positions, and when we go, there we go. As you can see, our canvas is here. Let me show you. As you can see, it actually for our player, whether it got damage and regenerate. As you can see, we already have a problem. When our character flip, the canvas flip with it. And this is because the flip function we have here, because we are simply going to our transform scale -1 to flip our character, which is interfering here. So we want to change how that happens. When we go to our character and put the flip into -1, it simply flips the character. And it also flips the canvas. But if we go to our sprite renderer, we can see that there's a flip options by the X and Y, which is simply flip our character. So we're going to use that to flip the character. Now simply what I did here, well, I declared a variable for our sprite renderer, and then whenever our player flip, I simply flip the X of the image. Let me show you. We're gonna go to our player. We need to assign our sprite renderer, which is this, and simply on that we test this out. When we go left or right, it doesn't matter, our health bar stay as it is. since now we're only flipping the sprite, not the actual game object. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and would like to see you next time.